Let's do this. This is the beginning of the wallet busting week. I'm going to talk about 4 games that are going to give you a run for your money. 3 that are obvious. 1 that is my big sleeper hit of the week. And so, well, if you already watched the channel earlier in the week, last week, you'll already know what that game is. But let's get to it, right? What do you need to know? Straight to it. Subscribe if you want. Let me pull it up right here. I've got it sitting right next to me, and it's Galactic Renaissance. Christian Martinez, Enos in space. Political machinations, alliances, civ building, planet exploration with some diplomacy. How are you going to navigate things as you're going back and forth with these planets and systems? Spoilers with it though, folks. It's going to be a good game. It's just going to be a question of how good is it. Multi-layered dynamics of stability, of how many planets can you connect, how many planets can you civilize, how many planets can you potentially control on your way to the final victory point scoring. I like the theme much more. I'll tell you right now, it's 2 to 4 players. This is another example of a game that doesn't make you learn too many rules, but makes you utilize those rules, those actions, those maneuverings more so. And so if that appeals to you, the how you use the selection that is presented to you, not having just a smorgasbord, a Feldian proportion of things that you're choosing from, that is the real benefit of this game. And again, like I said on the roundup yesterday, the question is going to be, this sort of doesn't fall at one end of the spectrum or the other, right? You've got your heavy, crunchy, over deluxified Euros on this end of things. You've got your heavy, over deluxified, plastified miniature games over here. And those are the ones that we tend to see run the gamut of the biggest, price point that they command in terms of money raised. We see few and far in between of the Earths, if you will, from Inside Up games. The games that really do something well outside of those crowdfunding exclusivity parameters, whether it's one end of the spectrum or the other. So this is by far and away the most anticipated game of the week. Will it be the most funded game of the week? That's another tricky, interesting point here. And we'll set this one just, slightly aside for a second, because the other one that we're going to talk about here is going to be Unmatched. Unmatched Adventures. They are taking a Dice Throne Adventures spin on the Unmatched system. I mean, you can't make any other comparison, right? You're taking a head-to-head dueler, and then all of a sudden you're offering a cooperative player versus environment, almost scenario-esque type game. Now, based on the Board Game Geek description, we know 4 characters that are going to be introduced into this game. So it's not just giving you a framework or a system of how you do it. It's actually going to give you something more substantial to go along with. And that's a sort of a blessing or curse, depending on if you are one of those people who's looking to get into Unmatched, or if you're one of those people that already has Unmatched. I will make the argument, if you're one of those people that already has Unmatched, you're kind of hoping maybe just for, just the and not all of them, because you're getting 4 new characters, you're getting 2 new bad guys. So now this is the other thing I don't see off the Board Game Geek description. Can you play as the bad guys individually, head to head, separately later, standalone-ish in that sense? Because all it says on the Board Game Geek description is you can use the heroes and the battlefields to play competitive. It doesn't mention anything about Mothman or Martian Invader, who you're going to be going up against, who are going to have their own varieties of minions. And believe it or not, I'm just going to read these names off for you. Jersey Devil, Ant Queen, Loveland Frog, the Blob, Tarantula, and Skunk Ape. Yep, can't make that stuff up, folks. But you're getting to play as Nikola Tesla, Annie Christmas, the Golden Bat, the world's first superhero, question mark, and Dr. Jill Trent, the Science Sleuth. So those are the ones you're gonna be going up against. And if you have all the other Unmatched, you already have plenty of heroes. Now you can mix and match and incorporate. I wonder, we're gonna see an expansion with this? We're gonna see stretch goals with this? I don't think we saw a whole lot when Unmatched went to GameFound and did their storage collection system. What wonders though, that with that was a premium price, right? Over when that went. Is this going to be similar? Are there going to be tiers with this? Are there going to be extra deluxeifications? Are they going to bundle some of their previous storage stuff with it? Will they have the previous storage stuff that is now going to be new available for this stuff? That is going to, if they do, inflate the overall funding rather than just the core of what this potentially of what I'm talking about is, with just unmatched adventures, right? That's why I say that this one is going to be the one to beat in terms of the most funding of the week. It's also going to be the one that I could see as the biggest make it or break it on, why would you actually get this on crowdfunding? What's going to be the incentive to get this on crowdfunding? Period. And I don't know. I don't have a freaking clue. And that's both exciting and trepidatious at the same time in terms of, my process. Because I've always liked the idea of Unmatched. I love two-player dueling systems. If you know anything about this channel, I'm going to have a couple reviews coming out in the next couple weeks of more two-player dueling systems. Twisted Fables, Summoner Wars, the 2nd edition. I'm going to have another expansion for the OP's Disney's Sorcerer's Alliance. And then I also have the big one, Sakura Arms. I was almost blanking on that one for a second. Too much. I love these systems. Hatchet Board Games is coming out with Gosu X. I mean, that's on my wish list. I am a big fan, and Unmatched has never really quite gotten me there. Cobble and Fog, Legends 2, I have literally had those in my hands thinking about getting them and just not being able to pull the trigger. So I'm seriously interested. Got a copy of Deadpool, just Deadpool, sitting over there on the shelf that I've debated about selling or keeping for the longest time. Is this going to be the thing that's going to push me over the edge one way or the other? I don't know. But I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to go one way or the other in terms of telling you how you should, consider spending your money. Because it's not only do I like telling, other people how to spend their money, I like telling myself how to not spend my money and then not listening to my own advice. So anyway, that is clearly number 2. Number 3, AEG, Let's Go to Japan. One player. Now, sorry. Unmatched also plays solo there. You can play 1 to 4 player as the Unmatched Adventures. So just as an FYI there, if you're a solo player, this one doesn't discriminate you, so you maybe want to get in from that aspect as well. So then Let's Go to Japan, AEG. AEG's previous stuff, right? Like, they're putting out the mini expansions, the one they've got going with Flat Out Games this past week with Point City and Deep Dive. I mean, they're offering a little bit of extra, just a tiny little smidget of something, and just enough to tempt you. Like, if you don't want that little smidget of something, I mean, it's clearing away, you wait for retail. Meeples and Monsters, I mean, I think the expansion added more to that, and I think you needed the expansion, but you could almost pick it up for the same price in the secondary market for the crowdfunding campaign. So your mileage may vary. But this one has the biggest appeal to me overall of their more recent ones. You're a traveler planning your experience of your dream vacation to Japan. And so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be laying down sort of a set collection, drafting manner, how you're going to play these events, these actions on different days of the week to get the most scoring collectively when you run through at the end. Maximize your experience, balance your resources, and activate each of your cards at the end when you go along the way. Now, if you are subscribed to the mailing list, you're going to get a Grab Your Passport expansion prior to launch. And again, this one is soloable. For you solo players, give it a look-see. And if you're easily subscribed to the mailing list to get a free expansion, even if you don't want the game after it's launched, I mean, like, then you can unsubscribe, right? But like, that's the question. You've got one known expansion already. Is there going to be some other incentive? Because AEG also doesn't really do a ton of deluxeifications with these games, as we've seen evidence previously as well with their last couple. So again, I could see myself going either way when this one launches. Last up, and my sleeper pick of the week from my review earlier this past week, Nekojima. I already brought the box down, so instead I'm just going to show you the graphic. This is like if someone made modern day Jenga, only they made it in the modern golden age of board gaming. They made it incredibly fun, incredibly tactical, and actually freaking difficult. Imagine if Jenga was like super freaking difficult, right? You've got 2 poles of various heights, and you have a circle with 4 different colors on it. You roll the dice and that tells you what 2 areas, including 2 of the same areas that you have to put this pole on. There is a rope connecting these 2, and you cannot let the rope touch the ground. You cannot let a rope touch another rope. And this is a very small area, and you're building these up as you go until someone can't do it or someone knocks it over. Check out my review from earlier this week. Can I say that enough? This is the most fun I've had in a dexterity game, perhaps ever. Like, I love Crokinole, I love Klask, but I don't think of them as, ha, I had such a good time, right? Like, I think of, wow, this is a great game. Wow, this is a great game. Flick, flick, move, 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 bash, 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 skill, skill, skill. Like, this is skill, but this is like, I super, super enjoy myself as well. So you may look at the title, you may look at the other stuff as clickbait, but I'll tell you right now, the clickbait lives up to it. And also, 2 events in that video. 1, I accidentally drop a cat. Not a real life cat. There are cats, wooden cats that you hang on the strings, right? And you can't have the cats touch the strings, other strings, or you can't have the cats touch the ground. In the middle of filming this, a cat fell from one of the top ones down to the bottom one and just millimeters off of the ground. Amazing. I caught it on camera. I got it on slow-mo there. You can check it out. At the end of this video, I kid you not, like, people are like, oh, well, it's probably not that hard, Chris. It's probably not, you're just probably bad at it. Well, yeah, I'm not probably the best at it, but at the very end of this video, to tell you how delicate it is, I literally blow it over with just a breath. I go, and the whole thing just collapses. You can watch that happen on video too. It's that delicate at the same time. So if you're looking for something like this, if the price point is relatively good, you should seriously check this out. I don't give this much of a ringing endorsement, you guys know, on this channel to a whole lot. And so if you have any interest, give them a look-see, because I don't know where this one's going to go. This one could be like the other wooden dexterity game that launched like a year or 2 ago. It's Moku Tower. I think Moku Tower, right? Like, I was supposed to get a copy of that to be able to review it. That just reminded me that I never got it. Anyway, you know, like that one blew expectations out because of the presentation and the styling and, you know, the pretty shapes of the wood, right? But this one, I can see it go the other way. And so, you know, I have to be willing to put my money where my mouth is with some of these indie games. And this is by far and away worth it if you have any aspect. So, I hope they fund, but I have no clue what the audience for a game like this is on crowdfunding. As much as I do crowdfunding, games every single week either succeed well beyond my wildest, whoa, holy crap, Batman, or why isn't this one, you've heard me say that on other projects, like, why didn't this one fund? I have no idea. And I could see this one going either way, but I'll, you know, do my best to help out as much as, but again, I'm trying not to like hype, like, but you guys, again, know me. Like, I don't talk about this with a lot of games. A lot of games, I'm very, okay, this side. I try to make my channel more, you know, balanced and less biased, but this one just, it's got me. It's got me right in the sweet spot. So, there you go. Those are the 4 that are really games that should be on your radar and things you should know and be aware of. So if you have any interest in those, let me know. What else we got going on? I don't know. I have a bunch of videos that are in queue. I've got a bunch of reviews I got to do. Start watching my reviews. Those are clearing away the lowest views on my channel whatsoever, but doesn't make me want to do them any less because I just love talking about board games. So yeah. And next day or 2, I'll have the announcement for 7K winner. Uprising Crystallas Emperor. There you go. That's all I got. Stay classy. Have a great day. I need to go play some more Galactic Renaissance. That's all I got. I don't know why I'm doing this thing right now. I never do that, and I don't know. So we just got back from vacation today, and we had a huge win and also a huge loss. Took the kids on vacation. They were so surprised, so grateful. And then we were taking care of one of the other kids, and then we were taking care of one of the kids tonight, going to pick him up. He had a birthday party right after we got back from our vacation. It was a 26-hour vacation, folks. Don't get your 26-hour vacation. Both great and horrible at the same time. We realized that the other child that was not at the birthday party, we looked at the date wrong for his soccer game. Because we were griping all week about how it was Saturday night at 6 p.m. for this soccer game. And we were just like, this is ridiculous. All of a sudden tonight we realized, after he went to bed, it was 6 p.m. tonight. Whoops. 6 p.m. Friday night instead of 6 p.m. Saturday night. Whew. Whoops. Big parenting miss there, folks. So there's gonna be some tears. It's gonna be some tears, and so we're gonna have to figure out a way to deal with this. So wish me good luck. I feel so bad. This kid, it's just gonna be like, it's his favorite thing. It is his favorite thing apart from like Nintendo Switch, right? Like his favorite thing. Every day I get home from work, he's like, Dad, let's go play soccer in the basement, right? Just kick a ball around back and forth, try and shoot on each other. Sometimes you do your best and things just don't work out. And even on our side of things. Anyway, leaving you on a super high note. I feel terrible now at the end of this video. Stay classy. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Man, some days.